So we have the inserts to do for this door. The vinyl's peeling off a little bit, and this is vinyl, not leather. A lot of people think it's leather, but it is vinyl, not a big deal. It looked fine when it was on the door, other than this being broken out and the vinyl looking like crap. It's actually in multiple pieces. The being on the door held it together. And there's a big crack here. See if I can zoom in a little better, you can see it. Yeah, it's right here. And the camera's not really catching it, but it hairlines up to about this stain right here. So there's that. We have to take care of all of this. We're gonna have to build a new piece on here. This is broken. Oftentimes there's cracks in here. And this shiny stuff is super gross. It's super sticky and nasty. I'm leaving fingerprints in it. That's like old residue from maybe drinks over the years or the adhesive that was used. And then oftentimes there's usually cracks up in here too. To see these, usually gotta stress the thing out a little bit to see them. But we're gonna get this thing stripped down and clean it up as best I can. Right in the area we need to work on, because I want to tack this together before I clean it, and maybe make it worse. Yeah, that's definitely not the worst one I've ever seen. Kind of far from it. We've had ones before where this whole piece, like this whole thing right here that I'm trying to circle, is just gone, and we had to fabricate from scratch. We've had a few of those, but I'm gonna pause you. We're gonna get you guys set up in the stand here, and we're gonna do some work to this guy, strip it down and see what we're dealing with. Some of the old original foam. We don't reuse any of this crap, we just throw it away. We refoam when we reupholster anyway. The other insert for the other door is in about the same condition. So that'll get thrown away. We have the cracks in here that we talked about. This thing is very sticky. So this will all have to get cleaned. Soap doesn't even take care of that. It'll have to get wiped with acetone and wire brushed and every other damn thing. Look at the mess. This might be like some ASMR action going on here. We're gonna set the camera up differently for this one. Foam has like a film on it, and it looks like the film kind of came off, and that's what's left here. So that'll get acetoned, and once that, it'll harden most of it up, and then we'll be able to spray some stuff on there and scrape it off. And it's not that hard, but I do want to say that it is as far from fun as it gets when doing these inserts, and it's gross. And it's kind of tedious because we have to get all of that off. If we have anything left on there, new adhesive might not stick as well. And if there's a plastic repair that needs to be done, it might be hidden by some of the mess. And if there's a mess in an area and we go to do the repair, it's not going to be a very strong repair. So they have to be really clean. They're never going to be really 100% perfect, but we're going to do what we can to get them there and at least be good enough for what we need to do and then some. So I'm going to go ahead and clean these. I'm going to get the camera out of the way and take care of all that. Alright, we got these guys all fixed up. We did fix all those cracks in here. Plastic welded all that area, sanded that down really nice. It's nice and smooth and prepped and ready for upholstery. We did these in here. We fully reconnected these pieces and got plastic welded, hot stapled, and then some plastic epoxy. It's some structural epoxy we put on there. Sanded that smooth, and this is going to get foam. We verified no cracks in here. It was only in these areas. Rebuilt this section and that section. Welded that in, staples. This don't look too great, but like I've said in other videos here, for this project, we want the strength. So we plastic welded from the front and the back, hot staples, and then just put this structural epoxy on there. That'll never get seen, and this guy is nice and strong. Same deal to this guy. Fixed all this stuff, and this was a little bit more gnarly right here, so we used that structural epoxy, sort of like a Bondo filler. Rebuilt in here. Connected it here, plastic welded, hot staples, and structural epoxy. Prepped them. Now we're gonna get foam rolling on these guys. So we'll get that foam going, and then we gotta shape the foam before we can put the leather on. So these are all foamed up, ready to roll. Foam is good. I already went and templated the leather out. We're doing a black distressed leather. So we're gonna throw that on there. Yeah, here we go. Let's do a hyperlapse of this. Alright, we got these inserts all done. These are all foamed up, leather wrapped, and ready to roll. Got a nice black distressed leather. This is what the customer picked out. We're going to do armrests all stitched up, custom made armrests as well. Those are not done yet. We put these upholstery clips on the back and we melt them into the plastic. And that's how we reattach these. It's a very firm fit, and it can be removed in the future if needed. So we melt those in, and then we put that structural epoxy on there just for extra. I mean, they're not coming out regardless, but we'll put that there just in case, just to have. So let's go ahead and get these on the doors. This is one of the doors. Yesterday we went ahead and did all the coloring to these, reblended some new texture in there, and they received a top coat. So we're gonna go ahead and put the inserts on now.